Hi everybody, it's X-Rex and welcome back to the episode reaction of Fairy Tail. Today we are moving on to episode 151 and going on from there. Last time we completed the Infinity Clock arc, we said goodbye to Michelle and the Arashian Stace. They are back in jail now, and we have not seen the last of them. Their story will continue, but for now their story is on hold. And regarding Michelle, guys, her story is just so powerful, emotional, and tragic, and we finally learned the true origins of Michelle and how she actually really was kind of a little sister to Lucy all along. And it's just so heartbreaking, guys, to think about it. I really hope so badly in the 100-Year Quest anime that maybe Michelle will come back as a human again. But for now, she now rests on the shelf of Lucy, just kind of looking off. And I now have to believe that as Lucy writes her story at her desk, that Michelle is listening. And it's just so tragic, guys. So heartbreaking. I love Michelle and Lucy together. Like, they were great. And again, I hope for that to happen again down the line at some point. I do need to mention very quickly before we get started, guys, that chronologically, OVA number 6 occurs in between episode 150 and 151. If you're not familiar with that, that is the OVA where Fairy Tail crosses over with Rave Master. We have characters from Rave Master like Haru and Ellie and others. Battles against Kaladoa, who once again causes mischief and problems for our heroes. It's a really fun episode, guys. I have it up in the cards right now, guys, my reaction for OVAs 4 through 6 that I did a little while back. It's a great time, so please check it out if you can. Nevertheless, guys, we are also going to move on. We have a new arc starting. We are getting ready for the Grand Magic Games, and I am so stoked for that too. So thank you so much for joining me, guys. It means a lot that you're here. If you haven't already, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel for more reactions coming soon. And we do have a Patreon as well. We can help support this channel, so feel free to check it out. The link is in the description below. Thank you to those of you that have already done so. On Patreon, you can view this episode reaction for just $1 a month. It's unedited and unfiltered. It means a lot if you consider, so please do if you can. And without further ado, here we go with episode 151 of Fairy Tail. Let's go.
Sounds like they're finally back.
Who's they?
Oh, man.
Fairy Tail members who went missing on Tenrou Island 7 years ago. You used to look up to Natsu like crazy.
You're right. I used to.
New opening too, guys. Foreshadowing coming in of those characters. Like, who are they? I know, but we're not supposed to know yet, so I'm not going to say nothing. And I got to say, too, this opening is just a banger. I love this opening. It's so catchy and upbeat, and just dance to it every time, man. So good. Now, without, you know, I know what Grand Magic Games is all about. I'm not supposed to, technically, so I'm kind of treading the line of spoilers, guys. But right away, with these opening credits, you can see, you know, there are teams in place. There's an audience. Fairy Tail, you know, Natsu and them were in, like, matching outfits. So, like, they're a team, you know, and it looks like there's competitions, like a race, you know, things like that. Like, lots going on. Other Fairy Tail members cheering in the crowds here. Battles going on. Like, so we have some kind of competition happening. That is clear. And as far as the details of the Grand Magic Games and what it all means and what's going to be coming from those games, it's just so good, man. And I'm so excited. We got Mavis back. We got more X-Seeds. New characters. Returning characters. Let's go, man. I'm so ready. Good stuff. Let's go.
As leader of the Legion Platoon, I offer my deepest and sincerest apologies to the members of Fairy Tail. There's no room for
would have
remorse,
just talked it out.
progress. Let's
So
move
much could have been
beyond this
stopped and
crisis.
avoided.
We may have fought before, but that doesn't mean we have to be enemies now. What do you say?
But I
we
do love
start
this. I
anew?
love that they are
You're as
kind of
gracious as you
repenting
are
a little bit
wise.
and coming to terms and
Now that
becoming
that's
friends.
settled, let's party!
Gotta love a Fairy Tail party. Let's go. Sabertooth. Let's go with them too.
The battle over the Infinity Clock has come to an end, and the fugitive members of the new Arashion Stace have been returned to the confines of their prison cells once again.
I've got news on Neville's wizards. Apparently they've been freed from the century-long sleeping curse. However, they seem to have lost all their magic power. They're no longer celestial wizards. Just like what happened to Katya.
Hey,
It would have been nice to have Katya keep her powers and the rest of them keep their powers and have more celestial wizards in this world. Like, there's so few now.
Well, as you can imagine, the chairman wasn't too happy about it.
You knew?
Why didn't you tell me?
I could have, but why spoil the chance to see that look on your face?
That's so. I see. Thank goodness.
Okay, let's start this off right. It's down to
They have a fun relationship, and Mess, Dornbolt, like, I like him, you know. Sometimes I get a little upset with him and his choices, but
almost feels like a distant memory to me now.
I'll leave it at that. Oh man.
I said some pretty horrible things to you and I regret every one. Like saying I hated cats. I don't.
It's fine. You don't need to apologize. I'm just glad I got to see you again. Even if you're not the same Coco. It's all water under the bridge.
I was promised a rematch. I believe your exact words were anytime, anywhere.
Oh man, here we go.
Well then. Ready?
You're gonna fight right now?
Something wrong, Master?
No, not at all. Just finally peaceful.
Where's your drink?
The tension.
Do you not feel like celebrating with us? I'm not going near the bar as long as the brothers Gloom are soaking in their cups.
No booze goes wasted while I'm around.
Oh, I would have liked to have the John Luke guy, you know, talk to Lucy, and you know, it's been talked on Patreon how like he could have really been like an uncle to Lucy, like, or something like that, like a much deeper relationship than we get to see on the show.
Yet they're smiling. Come on, it's more fun inside.
I mean, after everything I did, how can you be so friendly to me?
We were all fighting for what we believed in. Besides, you were being manipulated like the rest of us, right? It was out of your control, so don't beat yourself up.
Before I was taken,
And her power is to like force others to do things, manipulate them. Like she should understand that.
But like, that totally changed once I had power. And since Zentopia had raised me up from nobody to a total badass wizard, I was willing to do anything for them. Turns out that I was being used all over again. And not just me, but people I thought of as my friends and family. Even you. You were tricked by Michelle, who was also being used.
I had hoped I could defeat you one final time, but that won't happen.
Final?
Oh, this music, and they're leaving?
What do you got there? Something that is far too heavy for someone like me to carry.
The gold seal will pass to you, Pyro.
Your Eminence, I am not worthy.
Take it, my friend. Although I was being manipulated, it was my own weakness of heart that allowed such a calamity to befall Zentopia. I'm afraid that your next mission will be a long, perilous one. Ultimately, it was our fault that you were placed in the Forbidden Cell. But now that you are free, I ask for your help. As you know, many of our local parishes lie in ruin. Would you be willing to use your great powers to rebuild them?
I'll make it better than ever!
I've got info on the real Michelle Lobster. From what I could gather, LaPointe kept her close because he was like hoping to get his hands on her family's fortune. Oh, and those documents saying the Lobsters were distant relatives of the Hartfelias?
They were fakes, right? It's okay, I can take it.
I wanted to find some good news to bring you as a way of apologizing for what I'd done. But I failed.
Thank you. I actually had a feeling that was the case, and now I know for certain. I can put it behind me. But I still have all my friends.
Like this whole scene just gave Mary Hughes such more depth than she's ever had, and
Tears together. Come on, let's start
it's just so
over.
so great, guys, so great.
The true purpose of our visit is not a happy one.
Yes, I figured as much. This is the last we'll be seeing of you.
You came to say goodbye?
Yes, I'm afraid that is the case. Our duty pulls us elsewhere. We've been charged with locating the scattered Infinity Clock pieces. Once we return them, they'll be sealed and hidden away for eternity. The truth is, we will likely spend the rest of our lives completing this task. Farewell, my friends.
I'm just gonna go ahead and stop you right there.
Don't worry, you guys. I'm sure you'll like to see us again.
Stop talking.
Take care of yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
And I will totes hang out with you. I promise.
My calculations say I'll win next, bro.
Challenge me anytime, Sam. Good luck.
Aw, how cute!
If we're lucky, we'll run into each other.
I really hope they come back too, guys. I really hope we see these guys again.
Test your integrity, so focus on honing it while you
Like,
can.
Oh, you can always help me
they came in as such like silly villains, and
Looking forward to it.
you really like them, you really care for them, and you don't want them to go now.
He's still calling you that?
Don't you get tired of looking grumpy all the time? Try cracking a smile now and then. Sip it.
Well,
Do it.
it's true.
Yeah, the ladies love a man who rocks a smile.
It certainly wouldn't hurt you to give it a try.
You once suggested I open my heart to them, didn't you, Coco?
I'm sorry, but that's like uber creepsville.
Like, all right, no more of that.
You're the ones who asked for it.
I love that we spent so much of this episode, guys, getting like a true conclusion, you know, a wrap up of the Infinity Clock arc.
We'll see them again soon.
Like saying goodbye to these characters and the storylines, and like really taking its time to like wrap it all up. It's great.
For political reasons, the chairman seems intent on blaming the Infinity Clock and Neo-Ration 6 incidents on their return. It's as if we're treating Zentopia as the victims instead of an involved party. It's been 7 years since Acnologia and Zareth were last seen on Tenrou Island.
I apologize, sir. The lack of progress falls on my shoulders.
Perhaps we should bolster the observation unit.
Oh, Acnologia.
These past 7 years have been far too quiet.
Like, what is he doing
We've managed
these
to
7
get tabs
years?
on Sabertooth's rise to power, but Tartaros and Grimoire Heart have remained silent, and there's been no news of Zareth or Acnologia. After all the disdain I've held for them, I'm placing my hopes on that group of miscreants. I must be getting old.
Ominous things coming next.
Who's Sabertooth again?
They're incredibly strong, like majorly.
It started once they got a new master. After he took over, 5 incredibly strong wizards joined, and that was all she wrote.
Wow, 5 new members made that much of a difference?
Sounds like these guys have some serious guts.
If they're the #1 guild in Fiore, does that mean Fairy Tale's #2? Are you serious?
We're dead last.
They call us wimpy failed.
You just had to ask, didn't you?
Poor Fairy Tale.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow, we're in
I do kind of feel, guys, I feel like now seeing this episode play out, OVA 6 probably took place after, like, the Legion Platoon left, and now, like, in between this, like, these moments, not, you know, prior to the start of this episode.
Sorry to interrupt.
Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, I have no idea.
What's the matter? Does Widow Connor start to get lonely whenever Daddy's not around?
Ray.
Oh, my bad.
Guildarts and Master Makarov just left. They're going to visit the old guild hall.
Hallelujah! I'm going on a job before he realizes I'm gone.
Hey,
Oh, here we go.
Are you sure it's okay to be in here? I mean, the property's been seized. Aren't we trespassing?
It'll be ours again soon enough.
How long is this staircase?
Patience. You're about to find out.
Okay.
Here we go. Before you is Fairy Tale's greatest secret. And that is the Lumen Histoire.
Oh my god.
This is the essence of Fairy Tale. The true essence Mavis spoke of.
I'm at a complete loss for words here.
Hold on, why are you showing this to me? Because like Brecht before me, it's my job to choose the next guildmaster, and that's you.
Oh my god. I remember thinking, guys, for so long, what that power, what that thing could be. Having no idea. I remember now what it is because I've seen the later episodes, but oh my gosh. Not saying nothing. We're going to find out together.
Remind you of a bug looking to bite somebody.
Stop bringing up the past, Sting. We chose to follow a different path than them.
I found you! Take this!
Oh jeez. There's the symbols.
Sabertooth Guild in the flesh! White Dragon Sting and Shadow Dragon Rogue! The Dragon Slayer duo!
Oh my god.
Hold up. Are you just gonna ditch your pals? That's harsh, man.
He's part of a dark guild. What did you expect him to do?
Jeez, Sting, you don't know when to
Hey,
hold
more
back, do
kids.
you?
Hey, it's Lecter and Frosch. I was wondering where you guys went.
Oh, you know, just doing some recon stuff. We thought we'd find the enemy before they ambushed us, but it looks like the two of you have already taken care of them, huh?
Bet I could beat Natsu if I had the chance.
For sure. He couldn't hold a candle to you.
Why don't we find out for ourselves? What do you say?
I think I'll pass, thanks.
Me too.
Oh my gosh. Like, I remember guys thinking right now, like, what is going on here? Like, I was getting really lost really quick. But kudos to the show, because we're over now 150 episodes into this show, and they are now, again, bringing in new characters that are just super interesting. And we're going to have a ton more characters also get introduced soon. And it's just, like, really interesting and cool to see, like just new faces and new things happening. You know, you sometimes think, oh, a show can go on forever and get stale, but like Fairy Tail does not get stale ever, in my opinion. And I'm so excited, guys. It looks like we have this ending credits full of Mavis, and like, what does that mean? I kind of know what it means, but I'm not saying nothing again yet. We're gonna go right into the next one, guys, and see what we can see. Here we go. All right, guys, episode 152 now. Here we go. I was thinking as well, episode 151 had such a good resolution to the Legion Platoon and the Infinity Clock arc and all the storylines getting wrapped up so nicely and saying goodbye to those characters. Like, I did say OVA 6 took place in between 150 and 151. I almost want to say it takes place in between episode 151 and 152. So I might stand now corrected with that. It's all debatable. It's all debatable when those OVAs happen, but nevertheless, it's a good time. Let's go.
Things are still peaceful around here, Carla. At least for the moment.
Yeah, like they introduced Sting and Rogue as like shadowy characters, not really revealing their faces, and like you seem like they were going to be a big villainous threat, and then they're like attacking some soldier, and that they knocked out all these other soldiers, and it's like, what are you making of these characters? Are they good or bad or what? And for a split second, I feel like you think they're really, really bad, but then they say those guys are a Dark Guild, and they have these adorable Exceeds with them, and they don't seem so bad. So I had no idea what to make of them, guys.
You can't just walk away while I'm talking to you.
I've gotten older on the outside, but I still feel pretty young on the inside.
So what you're trying to tell us is that you're basically just an immature old fart?
If you want me to show you my new skills, you're on.
Well, time for Max to shine here.
Geezer. Let's throw down right here.
Thought you'd never ask.
Let's go.
And so we aim for the top.
Look at him go, man. It's crazy.
What? Are you kidding me?
Do you seriously think that we just sat around and did nothing the whole time you guys were gone? We've all been working on our fighting chops.
I don't believe it. Natsu is getting schooled by Max?
Maybe this means that we could beat him too.
Lightning Flame Dragon!
Oh, calling on the lightning.
Holy cow!
Natsu's like, I still got it.
Oh man, I thought that would be like 100 times stronger.
I give up, man. Really wasn't planning on getting killed today.
Which one of you is next in line?
I'm good, thanks though. Yeah, you win. Listen up, guys. I'm afraid the guild has got a serious problem on our hands.
What do you mean by that?
Guild Arts and Loxus are still powerhouses, but no one else has kept up strength-wise. A lot of us were asleep for 7 years while everyone here was training.
Nope. Okay.
potions that could help us.
Like maybe something that can make us all a million times stronger?
There's probably no way it'd be that easy.
You know I hate people, so get lost! Shoo! Shoo!
I've had enough brooms already!
Sorry to bother you!
Why does she hate us?
Is it because she and Gramps used to date?
We weren't a couple, you fool!
Oh, she notices something.
The time has come, kids. I've done all I can in service to this guild. Allow me to introduce Fairy Tail's next master.
You're really stepping down?
I'm honored, and I'll do my absolute best.
It ain't you, you dimwit.
Guildarts Clive.
Oh, poor Mira.
Where the hell is Guildarts?
I'm not sure, but he left us a note.
Whoa. To Makarov and all of my Fairy Tail family. I'm sorry. Being master of the guild just ain't my style. What? There are two things I want to get done. First, I hereby reinstate Loxus as a member of Fairy Tail.
And there we go. He's back.
No way.
Welcome back to the fold, old buddy.
Well, if that is the master's wish, then so be it.
And second, I hereby appoint Makarov Dreyer as Fairy Tail's 6th master.
But I just retired!
I thought this was like the funniest thing when this was announced. I was like, oh my god.
And that's a very good thing for us, sweetheart.
It's time for me to hit the road again. But don't worry, I'll come back around when the mood strikes me.
And this is for you.
If you ever need me, just use this card to get in touch. I'll come running back as fast as I can. I promise.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Kana.
I told you I'm just fine with the way things were, you deadbeat dad.
Fairy Tail will always be my true home. That will never change. And I believe with all my heart that we'll be the #1 guild in Fiore by the time I return. But getting us back on top isn't my responsibility. It's up to you guys. That will be your final task as master. I'm counting on you to bring Fairy Tail back to its former glory.
What does that lumbering fool mean, my final task? After the stunt he pulled, I'll never let anyone else be master.
And master,
And farewell,
don't
Guildarts.
tell anyone about what's down in the basement. You have my word.
You better not, bonehead.
Hey, whose brilliant idea was it to visit
We will see
Romeo
Guildarts
in the
again,
first
but
place?
not for a long while.
She's usually so sweet and charming.
I'd always heard she wasn't fond of people, but I never expected all that.
Apparently she's not too keen on cats either.
Why are you crying, Wendy?
She's just so familiar.
What? Have you two met before?
I don't really know how to explain it exactly. It sounds strange, but it's the truth. Her voice and her scent, they're so much like Grandina's.
It's gonna take a miracle to make something
I do like that they
happen.
addressed that. If you were really paying attention closely, I think we only saw Grandina
That's a pretty
once
tall order.
in like
Yeah, things are
a
different
quick
these
moment
days.
talking to Igneel
Sabertooth would be tough
about
to
how
Not to
it's
mention
not
that
their
even the
time
Wendy
yet
scale
or
and
something
Blue
like that.
Pegasus guilds have gotten way more powerful in the past 7
But yeah,
years.
same voice.
Them are super awesome.
We are a lot better off now that we have some of our major players back in action.
But the fact of the matter is you guys are still 7 years behind everybody else.
There's totally a way for us to be #1 again. You all know what it is.
What? No way, kid. Come on.
No! Didn't I tell you we would never take part in that thing again?
And what might this thing be, 4th Master?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't call me that, 6th Master.
She's so familiar. It's confusing. She sounds and smells exactly like my mother, the Sky Dragon Grandina.
I say we go back there and ask her what's going on.
Wait, Natsu. If If she's the human version of Grandina, there are a few things that don't add up. Just think about it for a second.
Well, first of all, both of your dragons vanished without a trace at the same time. And don't forget,
I do like that we're finally revisiting that open-ended plot line again.
Which was 14 years ago.
Like,
but Master Makarov has known poor Liuska way longer than that. They were friends back when they were both
that's
fairly
true
young.
too. Lucy's making some good points here.
That means she and Grandina were around at the same time. It just doesn't add up. Miss poor Liuska!
You scared the crap out of me.
I know it's not what you want to hear, but I'm not the dragon that you seek. I'm just a human being, same as you. I'm afraid that I can't tell you where your dragon is. I simply don't know. The fact of the matter is we have no direct connection whatsoever. You're familiar with the alternate world of Edelus, are you not? Rumor has it that you've been there. I've heard that you even met your counterparts, saw how our worlds correlate. Every living being in Earthland has a counterpart there, including dragons. So one could argue that I am the Edelus version of your friend Grandina. I am not from this world, but I found myself here several decades ago.
What? You're the Edelus Grandina?
What?
Like a human version of a dragon?
Does this mean that Igneal and Metallicana have human versions back in Edelus too?
Yep,
Maybe they
they
crossed
should.
over just like you did.
I have no idea. Although we didn't meet in a traditional sense, it was more mysterious. She spoke directly into my mind by way of telepathy. You originally came here seeking out a means to gain power. I may be able to help Wendy in that regard, but only her. The Sky Dragon dictated this book of spells to me. So be sure to exercise great caution.
Thank you so much, Miss Liuska. Miss Grandina.
You never saw her really use magic.
You're not the master anymore,
She uses
Dad.
potions.
Well, neither are you little rugrat. I absolutely forbid it. We're never
You
gonna
know,
get involved
and
with
she's
this
now
thing
from
again,
Edelus,
you
and that's
hear?
why. Like, it's just
Hey.
really interesting. Really, I forgot that she was from Edelus. I remembered that she had like the same voice, but I didn't remember why.
You don't make the rules anymore, so
So
just
that was
get
awesome,
over it.
guys.
It's up to Makarov.
I'm expressing myself as a member of the guild.
What's all the fuss about this time?
While you guys were all stuck on Tenrou Island, a tournament started to determine Fiore's #1 guild.
Sounds like a whole lot of fun to me.
Guilds from all over the country face off against each other in magic events. They call it the Grand Magic Games.
And there we go.
Oh, yeah! Sabertooth is known as the top guild in Fiore these days because they won the last go-round.
That's right, but if we can beat them and win the games this time, we'll be #1 instead. If we do win, the guild will get like 30 million jewel in prize money.
We're in. Seriously?
But Master,
Say no more. You had me at
there
Jewel.
are tons of powerful guilds that compete each year.
And don't forget that we've come in dead freaking last every single time we've entered.
Sabertooth thinks they're hot stuff? We'll just see about that.
Put a cork in it.
So when does this thing go down anyway?
It kicks off in 3 months.
That's plenty of time. But we have to start training ASAP. We'll put Fairy Tail back on top, and nobody's gonna get in our way.
Let's go.
Yeah.
We got Loxus back in Fairy Tale 2. Let's go, man. We are ready.
No stopping us.
I better start studying these new spells Grandina wanted me to learn, huh? It's about time we got a chance to cut loose.
It seems like this guild is always looking to party.
Fight party! This is gonna be so freaking manly!
Gildarts may get his wish. We could be the top dogs in Fiore again very soon.
This is gonna suck. Please tell me you're joking.
Come on, guys. Where's your team spirit?
It's absolute hell.
Now the final decision has been made. There's no need for all this moaning and groaning. So let's get to work. Let's win that 30 million jewel and the title of Fiore's #1 guild. Fairy Tail is entering the Grand Magic Games and aiming for the top.
And there we go. We are setting off with a new mission. And I'm ready for it, guys. I'm so ready. I love the Grand Magic Games arc, and it just evolves into so much more. If you know, you know, kind of thing. Oh, gosh, man. We're just getting started. And, like, it's such nostalgic moments to me, guys, because, you know, at the time of this recording right now, like, it was like over 2 years ago when I started this channel, and I never planned to do episode reactions. I was just doing like random trailer reactions and an opening song reaction to shows, and I picked Fairy Tail first because I just was so inspired by the show. And I wasn't to this point yet when I made that video, but in between then and now was the Grand Magic Games arc, and going through that arc like got me so pumped and so excited and so reactive to these moments that are going to be coming, that by the end of this rewatch, episode 175, I was like, oh my god, I was like flipping out, and I was like, I kind of wish I recorded myself. And then the rest is history, guys. I started then with episode 176 and finished the show, and now we are backtracking. Hey, we got a beach
vacation at the beach and the Celestial Spirit World.
This is gonna be so awesome! I can't believe we're actually getting to go to a party in the sky!
We'll get to hang out with the cow, the crab, and the fluffy chick on their own turf.
I bet there'll be some spirits we've never even met before, and like a ton of blues everywhere!
Next time, Song of the Stars!
Hey Natsu, can you help me? There's a creepy blue stuck to me and it won't let go!
Oh, visiting the Celestial World. That's going to be great. Very excited for that, guys. That has some good moments too coming in, so that'll be next time. I'm so excited for that. And gosh, man, we are just getting started. The Grand Magic Games preparation begins, and I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. As always, it means a lot that you're here. If you haven't already, please drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this episode and this reaction. I always love to chat with you guys about it, and we'll be back every week for more. Thanks again for watching, guys. Have a great one, and we will see you soon.